What's going on, guys? Jinx here today with another video. Today we're going to be playing some Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That is not what this game is called. This is Modern Warfare Remastered, but it is technically, what are they calling it now? HMW or something like that. I still don't ever get the name correct, but that's okay. We're going to be playing some of this. Hopefully this lobby won't be too dead. Sorry if the webcam is a little bit off. I'm trying to try this new angle. I don't know how it's going to do because my monitor is like over here. And it'll probably look a little silly, but that's okay. It's kind of weird being on keyboard and mouse again. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been playing console pretty much this whole time, or like for the past like couple of days. Finally being back on the keyboard and mouse is just, oh, it feels so much better. No, other than when I'm getting cooked like that. Basically, the topic that I wanted to discuss in this video or talk about was an unfortunate thing that happened at work the other day. Well, it wasn't the other day. It was like a week or two ago, or like a week and a half ago. It wasn't like that long ago, but it was also a little bit ago. I accidentally injured myself pretty bad, and it kind of hurt me like a lot, and it still kind of hurts now. Well, it's not as bad now, but for a while it was hurting, and it really hurt my my gaming, if you know what I mean. I wasn't really able to properly play games and stuff like that. And basically what happened was I completely squished my finger. I don't know if you can tell that it's swollen. That's what it's supposed to look like, and it looks like that, and it's still swollen, right? So I completely crushed my pinky, and I'm gonna kind of explain how that happened. I was opening at work. I think I was the second opener. So basically I came into work at like about 8:30ish. And I was setting up, or well, I wasn't really setting up. I was kind of helping the guy who had came in before me finish up getting ready, like with the meat counter or whatever, because we do meat and seafood there. If you guys know from the last story video, I told you I'm a butcher. Obviously, I'm still a butcher. So there's a seafood and a meat side, obviously, and I was gonna help him finish setting up the meat side or whatever. Basically, I had like taken a look at the meat counter and seen the things that I needed in the meat counter, and pretty much it was like burgers, kebabs, like ground beef, basically stuff where I was gonna need to use the grinder. So basically we use the grinder like every single day. Basically what that means is that every single day it gets cleaned and taken apart, which means that we have to put it together every single morning, right? And you know, that's a little bit of like a pain in the ass to do it every single morning and whatnot, and it sucks. But I'm not gonna lie, I was extra tired this morning, and usually when I do things at work, I just don't even think about them. I just like do them, and then like I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about anything. But I was putting the fucking grinder together this morning. I made a terrible error, and I fucking squished my little finger. Basically, the way that we put the grinder together is that there's a bunch of different parts. I wish I could just show y'all. It'd make my life so much easier. So basically, when you put it together, you have to put in, like, basically, so there's a big tray that sits on top of it, right? And you can take the big tray and go like that with it. It's like basically the meat sits on top of it, right? And it feeds through the little like tube thing, and then it goes through the grinder, whatever comes out. But you can take it and you can fold the top thing up on a little like there's a little thing that folds out, and you can sit it on it to keep it up, because you're supposed to put the tube on like another thing, basically, because the whole thing was taken apart, so there was no like tunnel for the meat to go into the grinder. Basically, I took the little tunnel that connects the top part where the meat sits and you slide it in or whatever into the like little hole. I was going to put the little like I don't even know what it's called, like the little like thing. It's like a cylinder basically, and the meat goes through it. It like funnels through it. Call it a funnel. That's what it is. It's like a little meat funnel. It funnels all the meat into the grinder, and then it comes out completely normal, right? Now the problem was, if you remember earlier, I was talking about how I sat that thing up on top, right? It's about this thing here is about a 20-pound thing, so it's like 20 or 30-pound like metal thing. The whole grinder is made out of metal, so everything on it is heavy as fuck. And basically, I was, you know, putting my thing up in there, trying to get it like lined up, so my finger was like this in there, right? If you remember earlier, I said I sat the thing up on a little like lip so it can hold it up. Turns out that little lip did not hit all the way, so it started sliding like that. And as I was putting the little funnel onto the onto the grinder itself, that motherfucker slapped down right on my hand. Metal on the bottom, metal on top, just boom, right on my fucking finger. And you really know it's a really bad pain when it's cold, because I was in the cooler, so it's like 30 degrees in there or whatever, or 28 degrees. It's a bad pain when you feel the pain instantly when it's cold. Like if you're cold, usually you don't feel the pain instantly, but I felt it like right off the jump, and it clapped me right on the finger. Dropped everything, the whole like funnel fell off. It was loud as fuck. The other guy that was opening with me ran in and he was like, "Hey man, are you doing all right? Like, is everything all right?" And I like looked him dead in the eyes, and I was like holding my hand or whatever, and I was like, no. Like, and I just proceeded to walk out of the cooler holding my hand like this. It was the worst pain I have experienced in a long time at work, and it felt, oh, it was so rough. And it still kind of hurts nowadays, like, but luckily the pain has kind of chilled out a bit, which is awesome, because that shit was fucking annoying, having like not being able to like press control and shift and all that properly and shit. Thing that was super annoying about the whole thing, right, is that I was trying to fill up the counter, trying to get all that done. That happened, so I took a minute to take a break. And what the problem was I ended up going to over to the seafood counter, and then a fucking customer needed help. I was going to wash my wound, literally. I was trying to wash my my hand out so I could go put a band-aid on it. And I went to go and wash it out, and I turned around, there was a customer there. I was like, okay, I'll help him real quick. But basically, while I was helping that customer, I looked down at my finger, and I had a glove on, obviously, and the whole pinky inside the glove, like the whole area, like the pinky finger, was just all red, just completely just all blood. Basically what happened was, since I was super cold already, whenever my cut had opened up on my hand, because, you know, I got clapped or whatever by the fucking metal pieces, obviously it, you know, chipped out some of my hand there, and I was bleeding. I just was bleeding everywhere, and I had to help 5 people back to back, and that was the biggest pain in my ass ever, bro. Because I kept going over to the sink, trying to wash my hand to get a new, like, to go clean out the wound, and then proceed to go and put a band-aid on it and anti, you know, bacterial cream or whatever the fuck, so that it doesn't get infected and all that. And I just couldn't, because it was customers, just go to wash my hands, customer, like. And it was so frustrating, and then just like, but hey, even though at the end of the day, yeah, I was annoyed and it was a bad day because I completely squished my finger, I'm doing great now. And honestly, I'm just glad that it's finally healed back up. I mean, it's still swollen, but my finger wasn't broken, and I could tell it wasn't broken, because if it was broken, I wouldn't be able to bend it and shit. And I was able to bend it on that day, like just fine. My finger is just like really swollen, and that's the problem. So I just need to kind of wait for the swelling to go down, and probably just need to take some ibuprofen, and that would help a lot. Like, I just haven't taken any yet, so I'll get some ibuprofen here soon, and hopefully that'll help with the swelling and all that. But other than that, like, I'm doing great, and I'm just glad that it's like not hurting anymore, because it used to hurt when I would go to push down like on the shift key while I was trying to sprint and stuff, and it was just like a pain in the butt, dude.